How'd Chuck die? Well,
Would have been a great story.
let me tell you. Welcome back to Drinking While Interviewing. We are once again here at the Green Monkey in Raleigh, North Carolina on Hillsborough Street, and today we are talking to Chuck Roylston, a late life comer to stand-up comedy. Chuck, how are you today?
I'm doing well, James. Thanks for having me on the show.
And today me and Chuck are drinking White Zombie from Catawba Brewing. It is a white ale brewed with spices, and it's not too shabby. It's got a little bit of a lemon kind of zest to it, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit here.
Tasty beverage.
Cheers. I did intro you as a late in life comer to stand-up comedy. What has that been like, being kind of an elder statesman coming into a place where you start way at the bottom?
I think you really exaggerate the elder and the statesman.
Well, you're performing with kids that are kids.
They're
16, 17 years old, the youngest of them, all the way up to, well.
Now, those are the kids I go out drinking with.
Oh.
Performers, they're all 21 and above.
Of course they are.
I've got standards. I'm a professional, James. I started doing stand-up when I was 46 years old. I've been doing it 7 years.
Some of you can do math now.
I find the experience to be challenging. I don't think it's really age specific. There seems to me to be a progression in comedy, a growth progression. Some go faster than others, just like the kids that learn to read faster than others. Everybody seems to go through a process of learning to write their own material, develop their own material. We have different things to talk about because of our age differences, but the process to growing into a competent comic seems to be the same no matter what your age. Do you have a favorite moment in the last 7 years that you can pinpoint? I've had a couple of good moments. Moments when the audience is on board with your style of comedy. That creates a wonderful energy. You feed off of it. It makes the timing of your jokes a lot easier. One night in particular, a good friend of ours, Bishop Omega, booked me at a seafood restaurant. It was packed. I got there, the staff, the hostess, the bartenders, the waitresses, and everybody in the audience. I was the only white person in the room. It's either going to go really well or really, really bad, and it went great for me. I was the headliner that night, and it connected with the audience immediately and just blew up and had just a ball. And I always compare comedy to golf. It's you go out on the course and you hit that shot, that one that makes you think you can keep doing this? That you can make, yeah, that you can actually play this for a living, and that was that night. You've met my wife.
Yes.
Giovanna. You know how supportive and sweet and loving she is to me. And we get along fabulously, and rarely do we have disagreements.
Oh, I hope this is the fish tank story.
We were in Atlantis in the Bahamas with friends. And if you've never been to Atlantis, they have a giant aquarium. And giant is an understatement. It is massive, probably 20 feet high. I don't know how far across it goes. It's built into the casino and the resort. It's wonderful. And we'd been gambling that night with friends and eating and drinking. And I had been drinking to excess,
as you tend to do.
As I tend to do. And so we went outside of the casino and we're looking down into the aquarium. It's open and you can see all this beautiful marine life just swimming around, and there was a giant manta ray. And I'm guessing it was every bit of 15 feet across. It looked like a spaceship sailing through outer space as it swam through there. The aquarium is probably 20 feet across, 25, and I get the brilliant idea that I can swim it. And it seemed like a good idea. Like many ideas I've had when I've been indulging in alcohol. And so I got up to the edge. There were some people we didn't know there, and they were daring me to do it. Giovanna was on the other side with friends watching me. I got down to my shirt, got my shirt off. I was looking at, I was working out the logistics of how far of a dive in it was. It was about 4 to 5 feet in.
Checking the wind speed.
Well, I'm checking for that manta ray. We want to make sure he's passed before I go in. I don't want to get scooped up by a giant sea creature. And I'm just about to go in the water. And the one time in our relationship that Giovanna really, really put her foot down, I hear her say, "Chuck." I said, "What, baby?" She said, if you do, we're done. And I surrendered right there, put my shirt back on. She was glad I didn't do it, and I was glad I didn't do it. But I still think about doing it. What's the alcohol by volume?
It's 5.1%.
It's a good safe beer.
Yeah, it's nothing that's going to destroy you for the rest of the night.
Right.
So in that case, after 8 of these, you become the white zombie. You're pale.
That's something to strive for.
So I'm going to give this 1 Emmy Award-winning zombie walk off of AMC. That is a weird ranking, but that's what we're doing.
I would definitely not give it a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but I would hire it to usher and seat people at the Emmys.
There you go. I'd be a seat filler at that Emmys.
Yes.
That just meant things went way wrong. Well, Chuck, thank you for joining us here on Drinking While Interviewing. We will see you next time here at the Green Monkey. New beer, new guest, new drinking story. Have a good night.
Cheers.
We have a lot of fun on Drinking While Interviewing, but you know what would make it even more fun? If you subscribe to our channel. That way, we can let you know when we have stuff coming out. Maybe you can even go down into the comments section. Suggest a beer that we should review. So do us a favor. Go down there, click subscribe, so that way we can keep in touch with you.